Brian Michael Bendis and Scott Godlewski dive into the Gold Lantern's origins as the hero is left alone in the 21st century to face the Great Darkness alone, while the Legion and Justice League are stuck in the 31st century, also facing the exact same darkness. Brian Michael Bendis finally reveals some of the origin behind the Gold Lantern, the only lantern of the 31st century, detailing his background as a teacher on his world where half the population is blind, and how his heroics catch the attention of the Elders of Oa. I like the idea of Kala declining to be a lantern thanks to learning how, despite being called a peacekeeper organization, they are very militaristic, and it's totally in line with what the lanterns are, since it always seems like the lanterns are getting involved in giant interstellar wars and all that stuff and not really helping out the galaxy as they really should be. So getting Kala to call that out and help shape and evolve what the Corps will become is so good. On top of this, we learn a little bit more about the Great Darkness and how it's seemingly a portal between the 21st and 31st centuries, but it's also, because of that, ripping time and space apart, adding some big stakes to both the present day stuff and the future stuff of the story, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Gold Lantern coming into his own as a hero. The one thing I thought was kind of disappointing about this issue is we got no catch up with Triplicate Girl, who was drastically aged thanks to travelling through this void. All the stuff in that last issue about her mental well-being and how that affected all of the Triplicate Girls was so good, and I really wish we got that continued this issue, but we didn't. Scott Godlewski continues his fantastically colourful artwork this issue, giving us some really great character focused pages, and while there was a lot of characters and things happening in the script and on the page, Scott made it all very easy to follow with no page ever getting too chaotic or overstuffed. Justice League vs. the Legion of Superheroes issue 2 was a great Gold Lantern focused issue that revealed some of Kala Law's origins while also fleshing out more of the Great Darkness. Although I had wished we had kept up with the Triplicate Girl side of the story, and here's hoping we get some more of that in the next couple of issues. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. Justice League vs. the Legion of Superheroes issue 2 heads 1 year before the formation of the Legion, where on the planet Aploza, Kala Law rushes into a burning building to save one of his students. Later on he returns home, told by his sister that they heard what happened at the school, and because of it, someone is there to speak with him, someone from off-world. He hopes he's not in any trouble as he is met by the being Am-Gadon, who assures him that he's in no trouble for spending most of his days saving people and doing it while being blind. Kala says that half their population is blind, and Am is fascinated and envious at their meditative lifestyles. A woman greets Kala from her house nearby, thanking him for saving her daughter, promising to honor him back. Am-Gadon says that today's events are an example of how he has caught the attention of a special group of elders in the universe. Kala wants to know more, so Am shows him a holocene, knowing the elders said that the man would be able to see it, and Kala can, watching a hologram of Guy Gardner as Am asks if he knows about the legends and laws of the Green Lantern Corps. Kala doesn't know about them, and Am isn't surprised since they are from 1,000 cycles ago, so he tells the man about the Peacekeepers and how they had rings that help them protect those in need. Kala thinks that this is beyond his perspective, and he's never left his planet, so he doesn't even know if the Peacekeepers worked. Am says they were a very good galactic idea, and it's why they are all there today. Am reveals the Gold Lantern Ring, telling Kala that the elders believe the time has come for lanterns to rise again. In the present, the Gold Lantern Kala Law recounts to his ring the recent events of the Great Darkness that led him and the Legion to the 21st century, where they met the Justice League, but just now the team all disappeared through the same black void, leaving him to be the only survivor in the Hall of Justice. He tries calling out to anyone, asking his ring for any more Earth greetings as Kellex greets him, aware of the anomaly that took his friends, and he has alerted the proper authorities. Kala notices his ring is malfunctioning, asking it what caused it, so the ring tells him that he's disconnected from the main lantern source through space and time. Kellex begins scans for the Legion and the League, but Kala knows his scanning of the entire planet has found nothing. Kala leaves the hall, but the ring tells him that the atmosphere is highly unhealthy, adjusting his personal space air quality. Suddenly he's alerted to the anomaly as the darkness appears again over the hall. Kala asks the ring what's happening as back home in the 31st century, Oliver Queen awakens, finding Wonder Woman watching over him. Wonder Woman reveals that she isn't actually Wonder Woman, but an admirer of both Diana and Oliver Oliver's and only took her form when he woke up so he wouldn't be shocked, since a lot is happening and a friendly face would be something Oliver would want to see. Oliver tells the being to stop, so Diana is revealed to be Chameleon Boy, who introduces himself as a member of the Legion of Superheroes, and the rest of the Justice League is there acclimating to their surroundings. After a moment, Oliver tells Reap that he just wants to get dressed, and Reap is happy to leave him to it, since then he can show him the future. Naomi meanwhile meets with Dawnstar, who has changed her room to look exactly like Naomi's room at her home. Dawnstar says that Computo thought that would help her acclimate to her surroundings, asking how the woman is feeling since she is unnerved. Naomi isn't so sure who she's talking to, so Dawnstar introduces herself, calling Naomi a queen. Naomi wants to know what that means, but Dawnstar heard others calling her that, and since she's from another planet, she doesn't really know about it. Naomi is taken outside where she meets with Wonder Woman, who reveals that this is the farthest she's ever traveled, and today is a gift since they are years removed from their battles and sacrifices, and finally things seem to be at peace. Dawnstar says that everyone is gathering at Heaven, so they go and meet the rest of the Justice League and Legion as Lightning Lad introduces himself to the team of heroes. Batman thanks them for showing them the future and that it was worth it, but wants to get back home, but Brainiac 5 says that they are delaying their return since attempting time travel right now could risk larger cosmic systems, since they are in a crisis. Batman and the others know that in that case they actually need to get home, but Brainiac tells them that they don't mean to upset the heroes, and Bruce doesn't need to wear his cowl and cape there since everyone knows everything about him there. Bruce knows that his team don't, and his identity is a concern. Brainiac reassures them that they aren't prisoners and they have so much to go over thanks to something catastrophic happening. Saturn Girl tells them that Gold Lantern is missing as Computo warns them the Great Darkness has arrived. The Black Portal opens above them as Batman takes charge, telling Black Adam and Ultra Boy to lead the first assault against the Great Darkness. In the past on Oa, the Guardians proclaim Kala Law to be the first Gold Lantern. Kala, however, declines the power, prompting the Elders to ask why. Kala says that he researched the Green Lantern Corps, finding that they were militaristic in nature and he can't bring one being's idea of justice to a place where it might not be appropriate, and he's not made to moralize over others, and he was raised to teach and inspire, therefore he cannot do this type of service. The Guardians say that the Lantern Corps was the best idea at the time, but like the galaxy, the ideas need to evolve, and for the reasons that Kala has just described, it is why he was chosen to be the Gold Lantern, the purest form of lanterns. In the present, the Gold Lantern confronts the Great Darkness, finding that it's growing as in the future, Black Adam and Ultra Boy's team confronts the darkness. Shadow Lass reaches out to try and feel the Black Void, knowing that it's not her type of darkness, and as they get closer, her and Saturn Girl still aren't picking anything up from it. Adam tells them to stay back, racing into the void where he and Gold Lantern begin looking into it from the different parts of the timeline. Adam soon fires his lightning into it as the lightning appears in the 21st century, almost toasting Gold Lantern. Gold Lantern really wishes that Brainiac was there, but Brainiac 5 can actually hear Kala now, getting a hologram of him as the team learn that the Gold Lantern is in the 21st century, facing the Great Darkness. He tells him about the lightning bolt he just saw, seeing a light symbol in the darkness. Black Adam thinks that they should engage the darkness, but Brainiac tells him to stop, finding a rupture in the space-time continuum because of it, something he didn't see coming. He falls to the ground exhausted from all of the information he just received, telling the heroes that this is the end of everything.